Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time, especially in the middle of a busy Thursday afternoon. We always typically hold these on Wednesdays, Thursdays around 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and we do it for a reason. We want to make sure you have this time blocked off your calendar on a weekly basis. And number one, you walk away with nuggets, right? And I feel like you can spend the next, 45 minutes with us, and if you're paying attention and you're writing things down and you're asking questions in our Q&A panel, you can literally walk away with a sales idea, new technology, a new tool that you're going to hear about, and make some more sales as soon as we hang up the call at about 4 p.m. So, very, very important stuff. We've invited Keith on. He's our VP with One America. And the reason why we're going to talk about some of their products, a high level overview, and ways to sell these products, and a new tool that we're going to touch on as well that will help you explain the One America for product toolbox, if you will. So, very important stuff. You've never seen this before. This is a new webinar training they just rolled out. So, I wanted to make sure that all of our agents had a chance to witness this new technology and sales ideas, all built around annuities, life insurance with long term care, and the hybrid space. Also, there's a way, and it's very simple, and Keith is going to touch on this as well, to where your client, you can literally sell this, present this, and it becomes a no-brainer win-win because they have an option to get all of their money back 100% ROP. Okay, so if I was an agent out there today, there's no better time, right? You have all these agents, from California to Key West, and they're pushing term insurance and critical illness and health and DI and IUL, and what you're talking about is something very, very unique, right? Long-term care, standalone long-term care products are kind of a thing in the past, and it almost became like a gray area. Why? Because those old school LTC products, the premium has raised so much, and those phone calls started to agents, to carriers, even some threatening with lawsuits. So this is the new way to sell long-term care built into annuities and or life insurance. So again, no brainer, win-win. You have to make sure that you are comfortable and you know enough to be dangerous. So when you're presenting, right, we have 4 products to touch on from One America, that the answers, some of the basics. And if you don't, we're here to help you. Okay. And by the way, Keith also offers a training he's going to talk about. Once you're appointed with us, right, under One America, then we will send you, in fact, the calendar to. We have an email blast. We'll send that out, and you can schedule your training through the e-blast. So we'll get that all set up, and we'll send out a thank you email to all attendees before we leave tonight. You'll have that in your inbox with all information. So some pretty neat stuff here today. Let's jump right in. What I want to talk about first and foremost is you, our agent, our customer, our client, our everything. Because without you, right, we're not here. And we have to make sure, and I say this almost every week, we have to make sure that we are jumping in to help you, and you have 99% of the time a great experience when working with Levinson. And the reason why I say 99% is because we're not perfect. But what we will do, okay, and I'm speaking for myself on the record, and Carrie, my father, is if there is that one small chance you're not satisfied, maybe you didn't get the response you wanted, maybe it wasn't in a timely fashion, okay, pick up the phone or email Bill or Carrie Levinson. We will jump in to make it a good experience when working with Levinson. And if it's at the carrier level, obviously there's not much we can do when a carrier makes a decision, or maybe if it's a service issue. But what we promise is we'll go to our senior VP and do the best we can to try to resolve the issue. Okay, that's our promise to you. And when I see testimonials, reviews, like what you're looking at on this slide, and this is through Facebook, okay, our Levinson and Associates page, or Google reviews, when I see this, it means everything to us because we're doing something right. Okay, we are batting, 99% out of 100 because this is the world. Left hand side, top corner, Kim Brown is our case manager. She's been so great to work with, very responsive, easy to communicate with, and makes the process from start to finish so much easier. That's from Carissa. Okay, they have hundreds of agents under them. They work with Dave Ramsey. Okay, when I hear that, it says so much about our team, our family. And without our number one customer, like you all, we're nothing. Okay, we're riding a horse in reverse around Manhattan in 2023, which shouldn't happen. Okay, so we always need to push forward, innovate, and make sure our agents are satisfied. Top right corner, Charisma, another case manager. I sent the policy to Patrick's email successfully. Thank you for all your patience and help. You were fantastic, Tom. Bottom is RJ, our marketer. RJ has been a real helper to me. I'm getting my feet wet in terms of moving away from final expense, and he's been a true guide. Thank you, Dan. Okay, once again, leave a review. Go on our Levinson Facebook page, follow us. Leave that review, let me know, and I'll send you the IUL prospecting book free as long as you're an active agent with us. Okay, very simple to do. In fact, you can do it when we hang up today and get your new prospecting book on us. That's about a $25 value just for saying a few words about your experience with Levinson. Let's keep moving forward. This is interesting from Gerber. And by the way, we all know Gerber has a huge name and brand in our space. In fact, even outside of our space, right? So Gerber is on Insure Me Now Direct. Okay, they're guaranteed issue plans. They have a children's whole life, and it comes with every sale comes with a free 1-year scholarship through our program on Insure Me Now Direct. Okay, so I guess the main point here is, and just take a step back for a second, and if you want to jot down some stats, that's fine. But if you're an insurance agent in 2023, right, and we're coming into the end of the year here, fourth quarter, right, coming into a new year soon, there's never been a better time to be an insurance agent, okay? And I'm not talking about what's going on with the economy, with a slight recession. I'm not talking about who's in office. I'm not talking about COVID and pandemics. I'm talking about one thing, and that's being an insurance agent in today's new world, okay? People are scared, okay? People are hearing about family members, friends, okay, someone in their circle dying of COVID, okay, cancer, whatever it is, God forbid, at 30 years old, at 37, at 48, at 69, right? They're hearing about celebrities dying younger, right? People are getting scared. Okay, they're picking up the phone. They're going online. They're doing searches on what is indexed universal life. Do they have a 40-year term? Okay, so my point is we're seeing the younger generation more interested in life insurance than ever before. Okay, by far. Okay, the searches online from life insurance and long-term care and hybrids have doubled and even tripled since the pandemic started about 4 years ago. Okay, and that's a fact. Okay, that's a LIMRA statistic. What does that mean? Again, it's the perfect storm for life insurance and hybrid sales, period. People are concerned. Okay, and these are some stats. Top right corner, 48% of Americans are more likely to buy life insurance if simplified underwriting is used. We don't have to go down the exam route anymore. In fact, Insure Me Now Direct is like Amazon. Okay, your client goes on your site, they run a quote, they apply, they get approved, the policy is emailed or mailed, and you were sleeping the whole time. And you woke up at 9 a.m. and said, oh my gosh, Shirley just bought a Banner Life 20-year term, $1 million policy while I was sleeping. Okay, that's the new world. Okay, you have to think like this. You got to be in front of it. And I don't care if you're 82 or 19, just out of school, you have to get creative with social media. Okay, start your YouTube channel. Every week I would come up with a new strategy, a new concept. I would call it whatever, IUL Thursdays, Hybrid Mondays, long-term care Wednesdays, whatever. Come up with a cute little 1 to 2 minute video. Have your spouse hold up your Apple iPhone as you're ranting, right? Put a nice shirt on, look good in front of the camera, and get scrappy, get creative, get the word out, and then take that minute or two video, put it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and have your little hashtags. Drive everybody back to your site. You got to get out there now. I'm telling you, there's never been a better time, and the numbers speak for themselves on the annuity side as well, by the way. It's not just life, okay? It's all across the board. Here at Levinson, just to give you an example, we're up 2 times where we were in the last few years. We have 27 employees now in 4 different states. Okay, you talk about growth. Okay, there's a reason for that. It's because of you all getting out there. It's because of consumer behavior changing, us getting in front of it, and boom, perfect storm. So I can't stress it enough. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to talk about next is you're a Levinson agent out there. You're sitting in the middle of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, okay, and you're scratching your head saying, I just joined with you guys, and you have over 90 carriers and hybrids and annuities and IULs, and I don't know where to begin. Okay, how do I keep my finger on the pulse 24/7? Okay, we make it very simple for you in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and any agent that's listening. Very easy, okay? Look at the slide in front of you. Every other week, we send this out, okay? Levinson Life and Annuity Leader. Okay, that's a little paragraph from Kerry, my father. On the right-hand side, it's one picture. Okay, it doesn't get any easier than this. It's one picture. You click, and then there's a bunch of links, and we separate everything by product type. Okay, all updates, everything you need to know from all carriers, products, technology, what's going on here at Levinson, what new incentives are there, what new e-applications or drop tickets or quote engines do we have access to? Hey, I need a CRM tool. Hey, I need a great follow-up automated tool that I can press a button and consumers start clicking on my shared calendar. We have all of that for you, okay? And everything is in front of you. It doesn't get any easier. Think of a restaurant. You go to dinner tonight, right? You sit down, new place, never been. What do you order? What do they have? First thing you do is look at the menu. That's what this is in a nutshell, okay? Very simple to understand. Keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll also include our latest edition that we sent out this week in our thank you email if you didn't see it. Let's keep moving along. By the way, I'm almost done. I have about 2 or 3 minutes, and then Keith Birkin is going to take the wheel. So, Insure Me Now Direct, okay? You talk about the younger generation. You talk about the perfect storm. There's never been a better place or time than for you as an agent to market Insure Me Now Direct, your own website, your own platform, okay, like Amazon. But it's yours, your picture, phone number, website, okay? Now, here's what's so cool about this. Think about this for 1 second. The largest term insurance carrier in the world, in the country, is Banner Life, Legal and General, William Penn, one company, okay? Period. In the brokerage space, they are the leader when it comes to term life. They are now on Insure Me Now Direct, up to $2 million, up to age 60, standard or better, gets instant decision. Okay, as long as there's no red flags, standard or better, instant decision. And then if you say, oh, well, my client runs $5 million of life insurance and they're 61, no problem. They can still go on your site, still run a quote, still apply while you were sleeping. The only difference is you'll have an email the next day that says, hey, Bill Levinson needs a phone interview or blood and urine specimen. Click here, to set up day and time. Okay, very simple. I would be using this for all of my term sales. Why? Banner has the least expensive premium. They're always right there, number 1 or 2. Okay, great A+ rating. Okay, now it's 10 to 40 year term. Okay, they have a conversion option, accidental death benefit option, and look at the premium, top right corner. Okay, they are destroying some of these other direct-to-consumer companies that, by the way, they're cutting the agent out. They're going directly to your same consumer pool. I mean, it's unbelievable. But here's the best part. Look at the top Banner Life. We took a 45 male, 500,000, 20 years. Look at their premium. Okay, legal in general, top right corner, $45. Okay, now look at who falls underneath. Let's go to Bestow, Nationwide, Ethos. They're going direct to consumer. They don't pay an agent commission plus renewals. Okay, but look, it doesn't matter. We still beat their premium by 30, 40, 50%. Plus, you're agent of record and you get paid directly from the carrier. Okay, there's no difference than if you're sitting in front of a consumer on a Wednesday night at the living room table. So, my point is, use this through the mobile app, through your phone, use this through your tablet, your iPad, your desktop. Use this through social media. Market your link all over the place. What if I was an agent today? Let's say I'm a certified financial planner. I'm focused on the monster cases, the monster clients, right? I want that $100,000 commission. Why not have this running in the background? And then when you get that text from Shirley who wants a $100,000 20-year term for maybe mortgage protection, you can say, Shirley, go to BillLevinson.com. Okay, you can quote yourself right there and apply. And you're done. You move on to the next sale. That's how you need to think about Insure Me Now Direct and moving into the future. And the best part, we have a new carrier coming on board this year with final expense and over 10 products to choose from. Okay, we're just getting started here, and you have to make sure you're comfortable. We even built a turnkey marketing platform because why? The $10 million question is always, Bill, love the platform, love the site. How do I drive traffic? Okay, I want to work in 17 different states. I want to make sure I'm killing it with your program. How do I drive traffic? We all know the basics. Okay, I touched on them briefly. Social media, YouTube videos, we know how that works. Great. What this does, it's called Revenue Accelerator. It is a full turnkey campaign, A to Z. Okay, it starts with, let's say, a customer service rep, admin assistant, whatever. Okay, we have a voice script. We have a postcard that you mail out, a mailer piece. Then we have about 7 different email drips that go out to every single consumer, friend, family member, whatever. And each time an email goes out, let's say every other week, we're going to talk about different topics. We're going to talk about why critical illness is so important, why disability coverage you need to have, especially if you're younger and you're the breadwinner, right? 2 kids, whatever. Why is guaranteed issue? Why is final expense burial so important? And then the point is, by the time that consumer, let's say, gets to drip number 6 or 8, they're going to click to your site to run a quote or hear more, right? And hopefully buy a new policy. Okay, these are already pre-made for you. Okay, we just brought on Estrella Insurance, over 210 locations. Why? Because of Insure Me Now Direct, because of Revenue Accelerator. Okay, because they're saying to themselves, wait a minute, we have hundreds of thousands of PNC consumers, customers all over the country. Okay, why not market life insurance and these supplemental products to our existing database? Okay, this can take care of all the low-hanging fruit for us without any extra effort. That's how you have to think, okay? That's how you have to think moving forward. It's a new world, and you have to leverage technology, or else you're riding that horse backwards, which we don't want to do. Let's keep moving forward. Okay, we even built a contest. We know how simple this is, okay? And we're saying, hey, write your first app through our platform, use Banner or Assurity. Assurity has 4 different products on there with return of premium, okay, and scholarship. Write your first app, and we're going to send you free Apple AirPods or the Amazon Echo Buds, okay, your choice. Just with your first app, on top of commissions plus renewals on most products, okay? Because we know once you're in, you're going to be addicted because it's that easy. You can even write a family member, a friend, whatever. I just want to make sure you have this once in a lifetime experience, because then you'll be off to the races. Let's move into our feature presentation here today. By the way, at the end, we're going to have our question of the day, so make sure you're paying attention because there's something that we're all talking about. I'm going to ask you at the end, answer first and correct, you win the tablet. without further ado, I have Mr. Keith Birkin on, our RVP from One America. Keith, can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay, there we
Can you hear
go.
me as well? Okay, great. All right, awesome. So let's go into slideshow. Bill, thank you so much for. I tell you, I don't know. This is the umpteenth or hundredth time, if not more, that I've done either a webinar or a live meeting with you, and it's amazing to me how you guys are always 5, 6, if not 10 steps ahead of the curve. You always offer so much, and I love seeing it. It's agencies like you that add so much value and just bring so much to the table. So I always applaud your efforts with that.
Thank you, Keith. That means a lot. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but I love the relationship that we've certainly been able to develop over the years, and I am really excited to bring to you today something a little bit different. I mean, so many times we've gone into products and all the different variations of our product and the different advantages and case studies. Um, I am going to, at a very high level, and for just a couple of minutes, touch on how our products work, because I know for some people that are on this call, they might not have seen any of those presentations and don't have a solid understanding of our product suite and just how much value they add into solving for long-term care planning. But what we're really going to focus on today is, quite frankly, in 20 years of being in this industry, um, the most groundbreaking tool to help an agent or advisor who either has little or excessive experience in presenting long-term care to their clients, how to really make this an immediate part of your conversation, a part of your distribution, with having no background or even zero comfort level in positioning and marketing and selling this. This tool quite literally does it for you. So we're going to get into that, and I think you're going to get very excited about it. But a little bit about us. For those of you that don't know much about One America, we're doing this a very long time. As a matter of fact, we started in linked benefits, hybrid products, before anybody else. We're going on our 40th year. Our parent company, AUL, goes back to 1877. We're over 100 years old. We're A+ rated, AA- with S&P, and a very prestigious 95 Comdex score. And I love being able to say that we are a mutual company. So we don't answer to ROI and stockholders, we answer to our policyholders. So my name, as Bill mentioned, is Keith Birkin. I'm your regional account director. Lucas Pelfrey is my internal partner. So my job is to really work with the IMOs at the agency level, working with people like, agencies like Carrie Levinson and Bill and Carrie and Andrew to do presentations and workshops like this. However, at the agent level, well, let's go back there. Well, why'd that skip that over? At the agent level, I have 18 regional sales directors across the country that basically do exactly what I do. But instead of working with the principals and the marketers within the agency, they work with the downline distribution, the agents and advisors, you guys on this call today. What's great about that is they're located all around the country. So if you want real formal or informal hands-on assistance with a case, you want to discuss it, you want to get marketing, you want one of our regional sales directors to come out and meet with you and do a sit down with you and one of your advisors. Listen, you have a phenomenal team waiting for you and the marketers that you work with at Carrie Levinson, but it's nice to know that you have at the carrier level that kind of support as well. They'll even pay for, help you present and market consumer workshops. So if that's something you're interested in, call your marketer, the person you're working with at Carrie Levinson, and they'll show you how to get involved and get in touch with that. So like I said, today's really going to be about this new tool. It's basically, we have completely reshaped the illustration to put it into a story. But before I get into that, I want to spend 5 minutes for those of you who aren't terribly familiar with how our products work, give you just a little bit of a taste of that. So our product suite itself is called Care Solutions. And it really boils down to, we have two different chassis of products. They're all hybrid / long-term care products, but we have asset care, which is our whole life linked with a continuation of benefit long-term care rider. So it's a base policy, it's a life insurance policy, whole life insurance linked to a 100% LTC benefit rider with benefits that will never ever run out. And that's really just one product. People kind of feel like we've got 5 different products under asset care. We don't. Asset care is just one product, but we have all these ways to fund it. We can really find your customer's premium comfort zone. And then we have annuity care. So the base of the product is an annuity, not whole life, and it's linked to the very same long-term care benefit rider. And there's 3 annuity products. So we have asset care, which is one product and all these ways to fund it, and 3 annuity products for a total of 4 different products to work with. But what's great, they all kind of look, work, and feel the same. Whether you're doing asset care and you're funding the product with a single premium or an ongoing premium, which can be done annually up to the age of 95, or it could be a limited pay option like a 5-pay policy or a 10-pay or a 20-pay policy. We even accept qualified money. We'll work with your clients' existing IRAs, 401ks, or 403bs. Really unique solution. It all works and feels and looks the same, where you're going to fund the base of the policy. And if it's asset care, it's whole life. If it's annuity care, it's an annuity. If you want your money back, you can always get your money back. But like any life insurance or annuity, there's surrender charges, so you'll have the cash value. And then if you need the policy for long-term care, you're going to use the base first. You'll use the death benefit. If it's asset care or if it's annuity care, you use the annuity value of the base first. And then once that has been exhausted, because our policies are joint, you can be either an individual or a couple on one policy. So those can exhaust, it doesn't matter. You have the continuation of benefit rider, which will continue on your long-term care benefits in most cases for an eternity, because nearly all of our solutions offer lifetime unlimited benefits. And like I said, there's all these ways to do it. Here's an example of a 62-year-old couple trying to get $6,000 a month available to them to pay their long-term care expenses per person. So if it's a husband and wife and they were to go on claim at the same time, that's $6,000 each. That's $12,000 a month, or $72,000 a year each, or combined $144,000 a year. They'd get a death benefit of $200,000. So if they die and never need it, there's a death benefit. And if they want their money back, there's cash value. So, I love positioning this really as insurance for people that don't want to buy insurance, because regardless of what happens, live, quit, or die, the clients are always going to get value out of the premium dollars that they invest. But like I said, asset care is just one product. Where's your client's money? What does their financial portfolio look like? How are they most comfortable in funding it? So this couple getting this benefit of $6,000 each has all these ways to fund it. They can do an annual premium of $10,624 every year. If they've got a lot of income, they can, instead of paying premiums every year up to the age of 95, they can do a 10-pay. Obviously, it's more expensive because it's only 10 premium payments. That's a little over $20,000 a year. They can do a 20-pay option, which would be $12,400 and change, or they can do a single premium. For people who are very affluent, they got loads of assets, they want to write one check and be one and done. It's all the same policy. They could just write one check for a little under $148,000 and be done. We could grab $160,000 of their qualified money and use that to fund the policy, and I love talking about that solution. So all these different ways to do the very same thing. Very unique is the value proposition, because we have all of these unique standouts within asset care that you are simply not going to see anywhere else. The first thing, if you go on claim, and remember, we're joint life, so it only takes one premium for a couple to apply with us, because it's one premium for a couple on one policy. Only one person has to go on claim. And if there's any recurring premiums, those are waived. So if you're on an annual pay, a 5-pay, a 10-pay, or a 20-pay, and only one person goes on claim, if you're married, only the husband or only the wife, we will waive all premiums and still consider those premiums earned into the policy. Like I said, we will accept qualified money. And when we do that, when we roll money out from an IRA or a 401k, we give that money a 25% bonus, and we use that to fund a 10 pay. I highly recommend every Tuesday at 2 p.m. I do a 1 hour full deep dive into how the product works. If that's something you're interested in, you're able to, of course, call Carrie Levinson, whoever your marketer is, ask them to get the invitation to join my full deep dive. Again, that's every Tuesday at 2 p.m. where I really go into great detail as to how these products work. We have a 0-day elimination period for home care. So if your clients go on claim on home, there is no waiting period. You're getting benefits day one. And of course, I already mentioned that we're joint life. So both husband and wife can be on one premium with one contract. We have lifetime benefits that never run out, and our premiums are guaranteed. So the price of the policy they're going to pay today, that will never, ever go up. We love being able to say that. So like I said, I was really just going to spend just a couple moments on product, but for those of you who have never heard it, and wanted to give you a little taste. But what we're really going to talk about today, like I said, is an absolute game changer. What we've done, we've taken the illustration with rows and columns that can be a little hard to understand and sometimes challenging to communicate and hard for your clients to understand. And we have 100% absolutely reshaped it, and we are bringing these quotes to life in the form of a story. It's like a presentation. It's modern, it's personalized, and it's like having a marketer sitting by your side helping you present this. It helps the agent frame the need. It helps the clients understand and truly visualize the benefits, allowing you to explain the policy. And it's really simple. For those of you who are running quotes for yourself, most of you probably aren't. You're probably working with whoever you're working with at Levinson and Associates. You just, same thing. You go to our Sales Connection site, or you can go to our rate calculator and back end into it there. You'd run a quote, but what we've changed is we added this new green button that says sales presentation. So it takes the quote, it's at the top and bottom of our quoting site. It takes the quote and it transforms it into this. I'm going to give you a real taste and show you how it works. The illustration is imported into the Insight platform. Now, what is Insight? Insight is been around for a little bit already. They're a life insurance as well as a hybrid mass quoting engine, almost like Stratecision or WinFlex or Vital LTC. You can use Insight to get quotes on a variety of different carriers for the same type of product, so you can compare and contrast. That's not how we're using it. And that's something you'd have to have a paid for license to get. What we're doing is we're just using our quoting software and importing each quote into the Insight storyboard platform. So once the quote you clicked on sales presentation has been transferred over here, we're able to build out this. We're not even calling it an illustration anymore. It's now called a presentation. The quote will look like this. It's really broken down into 3 parts. The first part is really the story. It's the conversation that you need to have with your clients that's going to really frame the need as to why this is so important that they need to take care of putting a long-term care solution in place. The second part is really the benefits, what they're getting, but it looks so different right now. The old quote had rows and columns and languages like cash surrender value and accumulated value and what have you. And sometimes that's really hard information to communicate to clients. It no longer looks and it's no longer presented like that. And the third part is just the summary. And when you can choose, by the way, which of the 3 you want or don't want in, but there's no reason to not have all 3 parts of the new presentation there. So let's take a look at the first part, which is really all about the need. And again, whether you've spoken about long-term care and you feel comfortable presenting this, or you've always found it challenging to have this conversation with your clients because you didn't have a really good communication on that. Basically, this is now something that a child can present and a child can understand. So it starts with framing the need with saying, look, you might not ever need care, but what if you did? Have you thought about the impact it's going to have on the people you love, your spouse, your children? What does it do to family dynamics? What about financially the impact? What does it do to your retirement income? And with length of care now going up so much, showing you over 6 million people now have Alzheimer's, and the average claim could be up to 12 years. Man, that length of care could really have an impact on your family and your retirement income. What are the chances you're going to need this? The likelihood is up to 70% once you reach the age of 65, and we're living twice as long as we used to, dramatically increasing the chances you'll need care. So, what I get all the time is, Keith, I just sat through your product training. You showed me how to have this conversation. You went through the products and how great they are, but when I get in front of the client, I don't know what to say. I don't remember anything. Now you don't have to remember everything. It's all right here in front of you. What about the financial impact long-term care has on a portfolio? This is showing you year by year the cost of LTC and how it's draining down this portfolio, how it impacts expenses. One of the tools I've loved that we've had for such a long time is our cost of care calculator, which is on a separate site. This was a great tool, but you would have had to leave the illustration that you were showing the client, log into our cost of care and show them, Mr. Client, you live in Florida, here's the annual cost of care there. Well, we imported the illustration into the presentation, so it knows that the clients are in Florida, so you no longer have to leave. It's just going to show you right here that the average cost of LTC in Florida is over $75,000 a year. So wherever your client is, it's going to know that. It'll bring in the average cost for that state. I love this. It's one of my favorite sales ideas that we've been talking about for a couple of years now. And this is putting into perspective what the cost is of long-term care. And basically, there's only 4 buckets that somebody can choose from to pay for those costs. So what this is illustrating here, that for every $1,000 of long-term care expense that your clients will have, they could pull it from 4 different buckets. They can use qualified money, non-qualified money, cash, or they could transfer the risk to an insurance company and get a policy. Well, for every $1,000 of long-term care expense, they use qualified money, they're going to need $1,300 because of income tax. If they use non-qualified assets, for every 1,000, they're going to need $1,150 because of capital gains tax. And if they use cash, well, that's just dollar for dollar. Or for something that has a 70% chance of happening, for every $1,000, they can roughly pay 33 cents on the dollar. Again, you choose how you want to pay for this. Here's your 4 options. Again, 70% chance of happening. So again, what we're doing here is we're constantly giving you tools. You just have to read the slides now in front of your clients on how to frame this as to why this is so important. How does asset care work? I've already said this a couple times. Live, quit, or die. You're getting value. That's exactly what is explained here. How does asset care help you? Well, you're going to get coverage for long-term care for a lifetime. If you live and need it, if you die, you're leaving a legacy behind to beneficiaries because of the death benefit. And if you quit, there's access to cash value. That explains that there. You no longer need to have our financials sitting in a separate document. If they're interested, they want to move forward, they might ask a question, who's this One America company? This information's right in front of you now. We're doing this over 35 years, A+ rated. Parent company's been around since 1877. So this is part 1 of the new illustration. We call it a presentation. I think you're starting to see why. You know what I love about this? This doesn't just help you in that first conversation that you're having with them to really help you frame it and make the sale. This is now turning illustrations into applications. But what I love about this is very often clients are not buying on the first conversation you're having with them. They're going to go back and look at the materials you left them. So now when they go back and look at the illustration that you left behind while they're pondering and thinking, do I want to do this? They're going to be seeing this. They're going to read all this data, all this info that's going to constantly help reinforce why they should be doing it, not looking at inexplicable rows and columns. So that's part 1. Part 2, I love this. Now this is very interactive. It's put into terms that a child could understand and a child could communicate. So instead of rows and columns, we start off here. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, let's talk about when you actually need long-term care, what this is going to look like. So the average age someone needs care is usually somewhere between age 80 and 85. So what I ran here was a 60-year-old couple with a starting benefit of $5,000 per month per person, and we added inflation protection. But what we can show them is when they need long-term care, what will their benefits look like? It's templated to start off at age 80 and 82, but we can change this to whatever we want. Let's say the husband goes on claim at, say, 82. Let's update that. And let's say the wife is going to go on claim, say, at age 84. So you could change this to whatever we want this to be, but it's templated to show 80 and 82. And now you're not reading rows and columns and trying to explain that. There is zero ambiguity here. What this is showing is if LTC benefits were received 24 years down the road, because remember, this is a 60-year-old couple, so we're going to use the older one's benefits at age 84. If one of you was to go on claim, you would receive a monthly benefit of $9,031, or that totals annually to over $108,000. If you were both going to go on claim, together you would receive a monthly benefit of $18,000 and change, or annually $216,000. So there's no more ambiguity when people are reading this and it says monthly benefit. I get questions all the time. Well, is that per person or is that per couple? You're no longer reading this off rows and columns. This is put into like a story. Anybody can understand this. It's so easily communicated. That's the live portion if you needed it for care. What about the die portion? If both insureds have passed, and again, you can show the death benefit at any age, and it's unchanging with us, but here it's showing you at 85, you will pass on $166,000 and change to beneficiaries. Again, languaging anybody can understand. What about cash value? A word that not everyone knows what that means. If you need emergency funds at age, and it's templated at age 70, so we're going to show the cash value at age 70, and it's going to show you a guaranteed cash value of $31,748 is accumulated if you don't use your benefits and you want to pull cash out. And you could change this as well. Well, what is my cash value? Look at, say, age 85, because I'm paying premiums every year. So you would just update that, and it's going to show you, well, all those years down the road, now your cash value is $104,000 and change. What I love about this is this presentation is always thinking in mind, how clients waver and go back and forth. So we're continuously giving more ammunition to help you sell this. Very often we're positioning lifetime benefits. This is showing you 4 of our longest claims and the dollars that we've spent on this. The longest claim we've ever had, 19 years, with a cost of over $2.2 million. We have a 14-year claim also ranging around $2.2 million. But I love being able to show this, and it really reiterates the need for lifetime benefits. So this policy had an annual premium of $13,000. The couple might be thinking, all right, I'm spending 13 grand a year. Where's my crossover on this? Where's my break even? How much time would one or both of us need to be on claim before we really start seeing that value back? That's what I love what this little slider tool does. So what this does, this is going to show you, and again, over here we can change the values. We said the husband's going to go on claim at 82, the wife at 84. We can change those to whatever we want. So if the husband goes on claim at 82, remember, this is a 60-year-old couple, so that's 22 years down the road, he's going to receive an annual payout of $108,000 to pay his long-term care expenses. The wife isn't on claim yet. She's not going on claim till 84. So we can use the slider and say, what would it look like year 2? So after 2 years, the husband's on claim. That's another 108. We'll have paid out to him $216,000. Well, she's not on claim yet, so total payout $216,000. What about year 3? Well, now the wife is on claim because we're saying she's going on claim at 84. So he's on claim again. So now we paid $325,000 to him. She's now on claim at 84. It's her first year of benefits. We're going to pay $108. Between the two of them, we've now paid $433,000 in benefits. That's just over a 3-year period. So we make it easily understandable the value. The clients are really able to visualize in just 3 years, him being on claim for 2, her being on claim for 1, the kind of value they're getting, $433,000. This really puts into perspective why lifetime benefits are so valuable. What about how is long-term care used? Not every agent advisor knows this, nor do all clients. So we explain here what is long-term care, when you can't do 2 out of 6 ADLs, 90 days or longer, where can you receive care? What are the way you can use your benefits? You can use it for home health care, assisted living facility. You can use it in an adult daycare, or of course in a nursing home. And then down here, we talk about one of the most important things. When you need long-term care, help is just a phone call away. Our claims process, utilizing the claims concierge, which is such a big selling point, is absolutely integral and an important part of the conversation. The clients pick up the phone, they will call our claims department, and they will get assigned to them a claims concierge. Now, our claims department that's not located in some offshore call center, that is located in our 35-story corporate tower in downtown Indianapolis. And the clients will be assigned their own personal concierge representative. This is a white glove, red carpet treatment. The person they speak with is the only person they will ever deal with and work with. They never have to explain their story twice. That concierge will help them understanding their benefits. They'll help them getting their claims forms filled out, and they will help them in putting together a customized, personalized plan of care that absolutely works for them. So that's part 2 of this, which is really explaining the benefits. And then the third part of this is really just the summary of everything that we covered. And again, this is even interactive here. If the husband was to go on claim at 82 and the wife at 84, what are the LTC benefits for either them individually, or if they were to both go on claim, what does it look like monthly or annually? What are the life insurance benefits? What are the cash value benefits? And then down here, what riders did we add? We added inflation protection onto this policy because the clients were only 60. And then finally, even at the very end of this thing, we're still helping the agent sell this. We're still giving you things and ammunition to help you turn this illustration, turn this presentation into an application, illustrating to the client why they want to do this now, reasons to start sooner rather than later. Because premiums are age-based. If you do this now, it's a lower premium than if you do this at another time. Not to mention, if you do this now, we're locking in your health, we're securing your coverage, and most of all, you're getting peace of mind. So this is no longer an illustration. This is a story. This is a personalized presentation that is helping you sell it, helping you frame it, giving it into terms that anybody can explain, anyone will be able to understand. And I love this as the leave behind when your clients are looking this over as they're pontificating whether or not they want to do this. This is consistently helping reinforce the why and the how. Now, you can't access the old illustration, with the rows and columns just by clicking this button up here that says see quote. Maybe they want to see what the cash value is growing to. Maybe they want to see how the benefits are growing. So you can always access the old style illustration, which we are trying to make archaic. It's here and it's readily available, so you can get that, save it as a PDF and send it over. So what we're showing you here is how you would build out the presentation. You could choose, maybe the clients are sold. They had both their parents in a nursing home. They went through a fortune. It was massively impacting the family. They know they're buying this. They're just trying to decide how they want to design the policy. You don't have to have the whole first part in there, framing the why. You can just do the benefits and the summary. But once we have this how we like, and it really only takes a couple seconds to do, we'll just simply click download PDF, and it's going to create a PDF of the presentation that's going to look like this. This is exactly what I just showed you, but it's all going to be linear from top to bottom. The whole thing will be there. Actually, excuse me, this is the PDF. The whole thing is linear top to bottom. You would just save it, send it to the client, or of course, your marketer at Levinson and Associates will do this for you. They'll send over this PDF, and even in the PDF, they can click on see quote and see the illustration. Now, in the PDF, unfortunately, it's not interactive. We're showing here the clients going on claim at 80 and 82 and showing the values. They wouldn't be able to go in here and click and change anything because it's a PDF, nor would they be able to come over here and use the slider. But look how neat and intuitive this new presentation tool is. When we're building out the presentation, if you're not doing this yourself, and you're working at Levinson and Associates, they're going to send you a link, a hyperlink to get the very same presentation, but it would be interactive. All they got to do is click send. It's going to give you a hyperlink to get the exact same presentation, but instead of it being in a PDF, it's going to be web-based. They would just click copy, and then it would be sent over along with the PDF, and it would take them to this right here. So it's the same exact thing, the same presentation. You would just click next to each of the parts, but now the clients can come in and change the values and say, well, I want to know what it looks like if I go and claim at 85, or what if we both go on 85? So they can look at the same quote on the web via that link and play around with it and see what values would look like. They don't have to use the charts. And of course, the quote is always available to them via that. So we are really excited about how this works, the functionality of this. We really feel like we put something together that, when we're not around, your marketer at Levinson and Associates isn't around to, at that very moment to help reiterate if you need that. Of course, they're always a phone call away, but if you want to be able to, to bring this presentation and have that conversation with your clients, you have that self-sufficiency to do it. We've developed some great resources, a step-by-step video with click-by-click instruction on how to use Insight. We even have a PDF on that as well. So this has been available now since August. It is what the new illustration looks like, and we are really, really excited about how this has been reshaping the illustration into a presentation. So, Bill, I'm gonna fire it back at you. I know I threw a lot at everyone. I don't know if there's any questions. Would love to get any feedback from anyone on thoughts. But Bill, as always, and Andrew and Carrie, thank you so much for having me, in front of your team, in front of your distribution. This kind of FaceTime is so valuable.
Yep, always, Keith. Great job as always. And what we're going to do, because we're a little bit behind, I have about 3 to 4 minutes left. We're going to answer all questions as they came in real time, and then we can grab Keith after the call with any further questions or anything we can't answer. But most important, I want to show everyone how to get started. So we're going to also include this in the thank you email you'll see in your inbox tonight. Andrew, if we can go to the next slide, that would be great. So all of this is on our website under contracting, okay? And then you'll see the yellow arrows just to the left. That's where you're going to request. And then on the right side is all of our marketing materials, all of our hybrid carriers and products. Obviously, One America is our go-to. But it is important to know what's available, and just in case you need a feature, rider, whatever it is, you want to do a comparison for a certain client, everything is there. And then you can also reach out to anyone on our marketing team. So just pick up the phone or email anytime. As soon as you have a guy or girl, you let us know. We'll do all the legwork for you, or we'll show you how to run the illustrations yourself. Either way is fine. The next slide, real fast, shows all options here at Levinson. These are the top 4 companies when it comes to hybrid solutions. One America first foremost, Lincoln, Securian, Minnesota Life, Nationwide. Now, Nationwide, we have, this is important, we have a free CE credit webinar, October 26th. So where we're going to dive into the platform, and then you get your free CE as long as you're active with Levinson. So definitely take advantage of that. We had a part 1. Now this is our part 2 coming up next. Okay, what I want to do is shift gears for a second and talk about the annuity side when it comes to the top hybrids that include long-term care. So we handpicked Equitrust left side and then Global Atlantic right side. So this is a great option, and most important, there's barely any underwriting here. So as long as the suitability is there, financials are there, boom, they're in. and now they have an annuity with a long-term care rider built in. So another great alternative that our annuity department can help you with, and they'll explain everything from A to Z to make sure you're comfortable. So now you have all these great products and carriers, and everything's wonderful, and you need to get the word out, right? You need to make sure that you're posting every week and you're following up with all your clients and dripping, and you have an automated follow up system. Think about this for a second. You have all of your clients, your friends, your network, your maybe you smoke cigars Thursday night, you have your cigar buddies, your car friends from the car rally Sunday, right? Whatever it is, your yoga party. Everyone now is in this big database of yours. Okay, think about this. This is for Ringy. Everyone's in this huge database. Maybe they bought a policy from you 18 and a half years ago. Maybe they didn't. Everyone now is in this bucket. Okay, what Ringy is going to do, it's going to send out a message to this group weekly or monthly through email, through texting, through an automated phone call saying, hey, it's me, Bill Levinson, the life insurance guru, the hybrid go-to when it comes to LTC. Are you ready to discuss a policy? Click here when you're ready, which allows that client or friend, whatever it is, to make an appointment with you on next Tuesday at 2 p.m. And then you accept the appointment, call them, and hopefully make the sale. But when we talk about driving traffic, when we talk about new sales, right, new opportunities, opening doors, this is how you have to think. Okay, we have a 2-week free trial if you want to get started, or 55% off. Okay, so this is peanuts. This works awesome. And then on the bottom is our CRM tool. Okay, and that's just the way you're going to drip on everyone every month or every week with different e-blasts. And then on the top, that is our best lead program. I think one of the best lead programs in the country. It basically is a no exam $1 million life lead. Okay, they're exclusive, they're qualified, and what's great about these, it could wind up being $100,000 a year IUL sale, or a long-term care sale, or a hybrid sale. Okay, it's all up to you. But what's great is they're pre-qualified, and these are people that are middle to upper America. Okay, so more white collar, and they're looking at that $1 million no exam insurance. Little, typically it's an ad that runs on Facebook through social media, but that is a no-brainer. Okay, now once you're getting creative, you have your social media pages up and you need to start posting. I want to give you some examples for hybrids, for long-term care, okay, which will lead to likes and comments, which, by the way, every like or comment potentially could be a new lead too, because you should be reaching out to these people through direct message, through DM, through PM, call it whatever you want, but that's where you come in to say, hey, I'm the guru. Can we run a quote for you? And what day and time works for an appointment? So these are just a few examples that work great. Left side and then right side, very basic. Okay, I always say you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just change a few spokes. Well, that's done for you right here. Okay, Through Life Happens on social media. You can do the same thing if you pull up a search, put long-term care, put hybrids, top performing posts, and then you're going to see everything. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Same exact thing, 2 quick examples. And very simple. If you notice, this isn't rocket science, right? Think about this. Long-term care insurance, the missing piece of your estate plan. It's a puzzle. Right-hand side, 20% of those over 65 will need LTC for over 5 years. Hello, right? The families are thinking about this stuff. You just have to get in front of them. You got to be proactive. Next slide here is you want to learn more. You want to innovate. You want to be proactive. You need the right mindset, right? It starts with you. Okay. It's just like that Tim Grover book called Relentless. You got to be in that right headset, mindset, call it whatever you want every day, right? You look at it like you're going to war. Okay. And how am I going to get mentally ready and physically ready? right? To make my calls, to make these appointments, to make sure that I'm doing a great job for my clients and prospects. So these are all 1 hour podcasts roughly, and they're great, great influential people, some from our industry, some are professional athletes. We have Tom Brady's wide receiver I sat down with, Brashard Perryman, Joe Ross, my favorite life coach ever. Okay, but these are episodes you need to listen to on YouTube, on your favorite podcast channel. Every single month I come out with a new episode. Next up is our training calendar. What I want you to focus on is the bottom in blue. Okay, these are the next live trainings that are coming up, which is what you're on right now, our live webinars, typically Wednesday, Thursday. So on the bottom there, we'll start with number 1 is John Hancock, latest updates on the 5th of October. Just under there, we were talking about Gerber Life on Insure Me Now Direct on the 12th. And then on the bottom in blue, that is our free CE webinar with Nationwide Part 2 on the 26th. You definitely don't want to miss that one. That's a freebie, so take advantage of the free CE. Last slide here, we're going to end with our Positive Tuesday quote and question of the day. So real fast, we'll start with our quote. The economy doesn't decide your next 6 years. Your philosophy does. We know that, right? There's no more excuses. If you're an insurance agent in 2023, right, coming into 24, there's never been a better time. Okay? Yes, it's horrible for some other things that are going on right now, but as an insurance agent, you got to get the word out because people are buying more than ever, and hopefully it's from you. Okay? Period. Okay, question of the day. Whoever answers first and correct wins the Amazon Fire tablet and our Mary Read 412 book, which talks about retirement saving strategies. Question is, got to be quick. Make sure your little fingers are on your keyboard. How many products does One America offer? How many products does One America offer? Tell me the number, you win. Andrew is looking over the attendance list. Andrew, do we have a winner this Thursday afternoon?
Okay, we do. First correct answer is Deepak P.
Deepak P. The answer was 4 products One America offers. Let's all have a great Thursday, great selling. Keep your eyes peeled for our thank you email, and we'll see you next week. Congrats, Deepak. Congrats to all of you because you spent this hour with us walking away with nuggets. Have a great day, and thanks again, everyone.